Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back and doing a best of 3 Crimson Vow draft. Alright, rare, creepy puppeteer, great card. Very strong, puts games away real quick. Other goodies in here, we've got Raconteur, which is playable. Cadet is very good. Bloodtithe Harvester is very good. Chill, Lantern Bearer, Scab, Assistant. Spore Crawler, Flame Blessed Bolt. Tons of playables in here. We're just going to fire off the rare, which just like I said, this comes in turn 4. It's got haste, 4 power, 4 mana, 4 power, haste. Boosts up a weaker creature that you've probably already played to. Get in with both of them. 8 damage. Voila, 8 damage on turn 4. Real nasty rare. Yep, that one's a good one. All right, follow-up pick. Well, unfortunately for us, no good follow-up red pick. We've just got the Ancestral Anger. Fellstinger, to me, looks like the best card remaining in this pack. I really like this card a lot. Other goodies in here, Lunar Rejection, Chill of the Grave, Infantry, Griff Rider, Gargantua's playable, Wolf's playable, and that's basically it. Actually, I like the counter spells too. I think the counter spells are actually good in this format, despite formats felt more aggressive lately, but maybe it's just my imagination. Could also just be random chance. But yeah, Fellstinger, great pickup. You get so much out of this. 3 mana, 3/2. You get a Death Toucher. You get to draw cards. You can kill your opponent with it if they have 2 or less life. Great card. All right, pick 3. Strongest card in the pack is probably like Kindly Ancestor or Griff Rider, I suspect, but I mean, I could go with the Griff Rider. It flies. Because in red, we just have a Pyrespawn and a Frenzied Devil, neither of which are great. Could take the Frenzied Devil. I don't really like it, though. It's okay. Because, I mean, Puppeteer is worth building towards. If I lose out on a Griff Rider or an Ancestor, I don't really care. And Doom Dissenter is actually a pretty playable card, but it's at its best for a blue-black exploit deck. Let's just take the Devil, I guess. I mean, I suspect Frenzied Devils is at its best in a red-blue deck, but whatever. Could still end up red-blue. All right. Well, Bloody Betrayal is really good with Fellstinger, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's see what else is in here. Sigardus Imprisonment is got to be the best card here. Very good removal. It feels too early to take Bloody Betrayal. As much as I like doing the old Betrayal exploit synergy there. I mean, Sigardus Imprisonment's the best card. It just deals with something, and then you can exile it at some point. Cash it out for a blood token. In black, we just have Grisly Ritual, Unhallowed Phalanx, and Vampire's Kiss, none of which are that amazing. Could take Flame Breather and I guess start to move towards, once again, more of like a... I mean, Flame Breather's going to be good with Puppeteer. Move towards more of a... like a red-blue deck, maybe. I like Soul Cipher Board and Mariner too, but let's just take the best card. Let's take the Imprisonment. All right, well, Sure Strike is playable. It's actually very good for aggro decks because it's a very solid trick that can also end up dealing 3 more damage to your opponent. We're not giving up much for it. Blood Fountain's a good card. Get creatures back and get blood token is pretty good. Gargantua is playable, but even though it's only pick 5, it may feel a little bit early to take the Sure Strike, but like I said, Sure Strike is okay. There's some matches where you're going to get punished for doing the, you know, you can get 2 for 1. You risk getting 2 for 1, but I've found Sure Strike to be very excellent if you have enough, you know, 1, 2, 3 drops. Cheap enough trick that can sometimes kill your opponent. Pretty good. Okay, here I kind of want the Impulse. I actually like Magma Pummeler, and you get 2 for 1s out of it sometimes. But Impulse is just excellent because getting 2 extra cards that you can play with for 2 turns is just very good for 2 mana. So we'll take that. Like I said, at this point, I mean, I want to cut red. Puppeteer is very strong. It's worth trying to make happen, I think. I've seen it do... It does things that rares do, which is really put that game away quick if unanswered. So let's take Impulse. I'm all right with it. All right, Statuette. Well, geez, finally get some good red aggro stuff here. Do I like the Epicure, the Celebrant, or the Statuette more? Probably. I suspect that Statuette isn't the pick over Celebrant and Epicure since we don't even have a solid blood token theme going yet. But do I like Epicure or Celebrant more? Probably the Death or the First Striker, especially with Puppeteer. But I mean, they're both good. Both good. I feel like I get to play Epicure more than Celebrant, but both good. We'll take the Celebrant. Solid 2-drop. Ooh, get another one. Pick 8. Good sign. This pack actually still has some fairly strong things in it. Bilespawn Spider is quite good. I like Geist, and Syncopate is very good too. But easy Celebrant. Keep taking it. See what happens. Looks like good blue cards here. Assistant, Scab, Chill. Well, we don't have that much to bring back with the Scab yet. Chill is usually pretty solid. I would say, especially if we're playing like a beatdown deck. Could take the Invitation. We only have a couple vampires, but you don't need it to be a vampire. It just makes things unblockable. That's true, and it's colorless. That might have been better, but get another Chill here. I feel good about that. Or we could take the Anger. Anger is also something a blue-red deck would want. I still really haven't done the Ancestral Anger deck yet, but I'm going to take Chill because I do like it, and it's quite good. Well, Spirit's more if you have a good late-game plan. Ambush is possibly a combat trick I could be okay with, because I doubt we're going to end up playing a Pyre Spawn. Might not matter. All right, got the Bloody Betrayal. Well, there is Exploit in blue, so there's a chance. Vampire's Kiss and Phalanx aren't really doing it for me anyway, so... All right, I mean, blue seems open, and we saw the late red stuff. I'm probably okay playing Wanderlight Spirit here, because it flies, and we're looking like we kind of want to beat down. Alana. Oh, or we just take Alana and maybe just convert ourselves right into a red-green deck, because Alana is a poorly designed card. So we'll get a feel bad and feel good about it. So we can take a pretty early Celebrant. Hero's Downfall in here as well. And Wolfstrike is actually pretty good. But we might end up splashing Halana. I haven't decided yet because blue is quite a bit more open. We don't have the best bodies for Wolfstrike either, which makes it a less attractive pick. Probably just take I mean, you can't go wrong with Celebrant. Attacks well. Dies, you get value out of it dying. I think we probably take it. I mean, there's Weaver and Wolfstrike. I just don't know yet if we fully commit to green or if we splash Alana. Both those options are probably fine. Okay, so I should keep an eye on our removal too, because we're pretty removal light. If we end up blue, we have a couple chills. We have an imprisonment otherwise. But yeah, we don't have much. Can take the Hypnotist here. Taking red is probably priority 1. I'm okay taking Impulse here, actually. It's cheap card draw. Hypnotist can be good. It's probably optimal in red-black, but I feel like it's hard to go wrong with Impulse. Maybe we get the Flame Breather back. We'll see. Ridgewolf, Guest, or we take the Weaver now, and there's also Cruel Witness in blue, which flies, which is good. Maybe I'll just take the Weaver. Guest and Ridgewolf are both playable, not exciting, but Weaver is a good pick, And Halana is absolutely the best card we have. So let's just take Weaver. I'm all right with it. At this point, I think I'm okay with it. And maybe just start to fully commit to this red-green plan. I'll take Fearful Villager here. It's a good beater. Villager into Creepy Puppeteer is pretty strong too. So can take another Sure Strike, or we can take the Evolving Wilds. Probably take the Wilds. Makes splashing easier if we still are on board with that. Otherwise, if we're not splashing, it's not a huge deal because it just helps make your mana base better. A lot of wedding invitations. Could take the Flourishing Hunter. But I still feel like we're a beatdown deck, so I actually like Snarling Wolf. I'm okay taking it. There's Syncopate and Repository Scab in here too, but I mean, like I said, Halana is our strongest card, so as long as we're getting pretty good playables in green like Wolf and Weaver, I'm okay continuing down that path. Stalker's a fine card too. You can flash it in sometimes. Otherwise, it's a 3-mana 3/3. Typically, 3-mana 3/3s are never bad. So I'm just going to cut these for now to see where we're at on number of playables. A little bit light, but we have a whole nother pack, and we're still getting on color picks, so I'm okay with it. We can take the... Actually, Flourishing Hunter is a good card. But I think we want this Lacerate Flesh because our removal is basically non-existent. So I think we need at least some ways to interact with opposing creatures. 10th pick Weaver is a really good sign. That card is great. All right, got a Sure Strike here. Creature count's already up to 11. We need more tricks. We're a beatdown deck. This is actually a Sure Strike deck as far as I'm concerned. Mulch and Honeymoon Hearse are both not really that good, so... I would prefer to not play Honeymoon Hearse. Rural Recruit is actually a pretty playable card. You get 2 bodies out of it. I like the Recruit, so I'm fine taking that. Bramble Armor, probably don't need it. All right. Back 3. Well, we can take Massive Might. It's a good card. Cheap trick. Gives trample. Pumps. Bleed Dry in here is got to be the best card. Certainly cards in here that are better than Massive Might, but Massive Might... something we definitely want. I mean, I've definitely put some games away with the Massive Might Sure Strike trick suite, but so we could take Brambleworm. When you're playing a beatdown deck, typically taking a 7-drop's not the best idea. I think we could take the weaker card in Mariner. We do have double ramp, which makes Brambleworm more realistic, but I could just take a Mariner because it's just cheaper. It's going to be able to beat down quicker. I think I'd rather, just based on what we have, I'd rather go for more of an aggro plan. Also, it's not like Weaver, it's not like you have to ramp into something huge with Weaver. Weaver is also just a card that turns into a 3/4 beater, which is pretty good. Infestation Expert, on the other hand, is a card kind of worth going into. We already have a Lacerate Flesh. I probably don't want to play 2 of them. I could take another Impulse. I already have 2 though, and I've been impressed with Expert. I think Expert's a good card to sort of top out at. Probably better for us than the Devils. Might end up playing both because we have the tricks for Devils anyway. So I don't really care about Scorpion or Flame Breather so much, but I guess we could take Flame Breather. Still works with Puppeteer. Gives us another 2-drop. I don't think the Bloody Betrayal is happening. So Celebrance is another good card to top out at. We already have 15 creatures. I might be able to play it over Devils if I can find something better. I like Celebrance more than Pummeler just because Menace and Blood Token's a good deal. Wow, Taxidermist. Well, Taxidermist is good whether you're playing aggro or not. It's weird. It is weird that we have all this ramp now, but it's totally fine. I mean, you play a Taxidermist, you get to jump to your turn 3 Halana is ridiculous. So, yeah, I'm okay with it. This is a deck. Removal light, like I said, but we have massive might, 2 sure strikes, and a lacerate flesh. So we have enough interaction where I feel like we're okay. And we're beating down pretty well, I would say. The Reckless Impulse hopefully can help us mitigate some flood, but this does look like something that could flood. But we have the blood tokens too, so. All right, Wolf Strike. I think we need removal pretty badly. I wouldn't mind a Villager here too. We don't have the greatest bodies for Wolf Strike, but we do have Night Day creatures, so some are going to be beefy, and certainly enough are beefy where I think we want the Wolf Strike. 3 is kind of the magic number, I would say, with Wolf Strike. You want at least a 3-power creature to feel like you're getting good value. We'll figure out what we're cutting in a little bit here. It might actually be the Flame Breather. I'm okay taking another Mariner. Like, I'm a little more comfortable getting more 4-drops if those 4-drops are pretty premium, which I consider Mariner. And because we have all this ramp. Like, I probably don't need a Flame Breather, even though it's another 2-drop. Combatants is pretty good aggro. We already have quite a few 4-drops, though, don't we? Yeah, we probably already have too many 4-drops, so I guess I'll take Combatant for now. In the Festivities, a sideboard card, we can consider it. Crushing Canopy is an excellent sideboard card. We'll definitely consider that. Or I could take the Snarling Wolf, a second one. I think we already have defined cuts, though, so I'm all right cutting that. None of these cards matter. I'll just take the uncommon. Second to last pick Magma Pummeler, huh? Well, with all the ramp, that might actually be legit. All right, let me just make sure we have enough early plays. Otherwise, with 3 ramp spells, maybe we are more of a mid-range deck. I don't know. I don't think so, but because I think we can figure this out without playing too many expensive things. 19 creatures. We probably don't need a Frenzied Devils. 5-drops are better. I'm okay with the Magma Pummeler. Maybe we can cut the Recruit, even though I kind of like it. Combatants can probably go and then call it a deck. Do we have enough early plays? Well, yeah, we have Wolf, 3 Celebrants, and a Taxidermist. That's pretty good on the early front. With all the ramp, I feel more comfortable playing Pummeler. And our 5-drops are fine, and 4-drops are pretty good. Yeah, it looks okay to me, actually. All right. Well, red-green. We got Halana. We got a Feel Bad. We got Puppeteer, which puts games away quick. We're looking pretty aggressive. It's got ramp spells, like I said, but that's all right. Taxidermist gets bigger at some point, and Weaver gets bigger as well. So it's ramp creatures that get bigger. And then some other pretty good things. If I could have changed anything, it'd be more spot removal, but I think the tricks will have to do. So, all right. We'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. All right. Round 1. We'll play first. That's a keep. Need some lands, but if we get them, this hand has a pretty explosive start. It's like 2 can play at this game, huh? So, they get a blood token out of the guest. But the Puppeteer is clearly better, so I guess I'll just have to let them get that there. All right, so this will do the Stalker. Sure. Another Catgeist, huh? Alright. Well, let's do the Mariner for now. Well, I'm gonna need a land to kill that thing. Arsonist is a real feel bad mythic in this set. Tough one. Well, I think because we need the land, I'm gonna ditch on the Celebrant. Because Expert at least gives me a couple bodies. So I'll do this and play the Puppeteer. That was actually very risky. I should have probably just played the Puppeteer. Alright, we'll do the Expert. And then we'll pass. Well, it's going to make it tough for us, because if they have another island, they're going to be able to just attack us back to back, so we're going to have to figure out how to get a bunch of damage in. Well, we might want to do both of these, so maybe we don't do the Impulse. So I'll just smash with these two. I guess I don't want it to be a 4/3, do I? Well, if I do, then it trades with the Assistant, so I guess not. Depends on how they block. Like, I suppose this sort of goads them into a block with the Serpent, but they have to see that too, so. Because I'm willing to trade my Puppeteer for the Spirit if I can kill the Serpent, but we'll see if it happens. Surprising. I had a flyer anyway. Alright, let's do the Impulse here. Couple lands, unhelpful, unfortunately. So I guess we'll deck thin instead. So I guess we can do Crushing Canopy. Unfortunately, it's really not looking good here. I can get rid of a cat-like curiosity. Or a Screaming Swarm. It really doesn't feel good to me. Maybe they have more flyers in there. I kind of doubt it. I don't know why, just because we haven't seen any and we're like halfway through their deck, but it's possible. They could just have them all on the bottom of the deck, I guess. All right, we'll go to game 2. And yes, if you're in a PTQ, play it out. I run a busy life. I don't have time to wait for things like that. In the festivities, can kill Mischievous Catgeist. That's not bad. I mean, Volatile Arsonist won them the game, but it's a feel-bad mythic. We have a feel-bad rare, so I guess it's probably even. How many ways do we even have to deal with Screaming Swarm? Not many. Lacerate Flesh, and maybe a Wolf Strike if we have a big creature, a big enough creature. But we don't have that many 4-power creatures. We have a few. I don't love bringing in Crushing Canopy for a cat-like curiosity or one Screaming Swarm that they can get back. It really doesn't feel that good to me. So I suppose we run it back. Yeah, it's a good hand. We get to go Celebrant into Weaver into Puppeteer, which gives us a good early attack at least. All right. So now I think we'll do the Mariner instead, which means I can play the Evolving Wild. So we'll just smash with the Celebrant. Play the Mariner. And Evolving Wilds and pass. Sure. Oh, attacking. That is going to be very punishing. But maybe they have the Volatile Arsonist, and then they kill the Celebrant. We're probably still okay if they do that, because we have the Sure Strike at least. That was a good draw. So, we don't need to offer the Weaver trade. So we got Rending Flame, Lacerate Flesh. Rending Flame's pretty excellent. All right. They weren't actually dead, but I guess if they didn't have anything, then it's fine. Yeah. Still could do Crushing Canopy. Still didn't see any flyers this game. We just know about the Screaming Swarm and the Cat-like Curiosities. I don't think it's worth it. We do technically have Reach, I guess. But not Reach I ever feel comfortable blocking with. Maybe if I have a combat trick, but whatever. It's kind of crazy that you can just buff Halana with like Sure Strike, play something, and then it gets 5 +1/+1 counters in haste. Yeah. As if the card, even if it just had like a static +2 plus, you know, 2 +1/+1 counters, it would still be busted for limited. Always have to specify for limited. That was a good draw. I mean, got a fairly aggressive start here. Could be good. Let's see if they have a cat. No cat. Ooh, that was a good draw. Yeah. No play, huh? Well, I think I'm just going to attack with the Celebrant. Because I want to play another Celebrant here. I could threaten with the Wolf. But I kind of feel like if they kept their dude back, they want to block, so I'm just going to go. And I really don't want to pump Snarling Wolf. I'd rather just play another Celebrant. So we'll do that. Although maybe I needed to goad the old Rending Flame out of them there, so it doesn't hit my Halana. I can always play Hookhand Mariner too, though. First, I can bait out the yeah. I'm gonna bait out the Rending Flame here for sure. Just bait it out with the Villager. Not the best use of mana, but hey, that's fine. Well, I feel like if you get Halana once, you feel pretty good. So I could attack with everything. They probably put a Prisoner in front of the Celebrant. Best move is probably Halana. And then pump the Villager and attack with it. Because they can't even... They can double block and kill their Lantern Bearer. Yeah, this is... Let's see. If I attack with everything, they can kill a Celebrant and block a Wolf. I think we just attack here. Alright. So let's see if they do Arsonist or if they do Rending Flame. They have to kill Alana now. We're not able to, so we'll take it. Their deck was good though. They had a creepy puppeteer like us, and they had Volatile Arsonist. We had the creepy puppeteer and the Halana. Both of us had Feel Bads and like the same rare. So all right, we'll see for round 2. All right, round 2. We'll play first. It's a keep. Good hand. No early plays, but we have both colors and we have potential Stalker and a Puppeteer, which is pretty good. Hopefully explosive enough. A little bit late on those Celebrant, but that's alright. So we can do the Puppeteer now. They can smash back with the Farmer. I think I'm okay with it, though. Because they have to double block to kill something here. They can attack back with the Farmer and gain 2 life, but we just hit them for 12, which is pretty strong. Sensible. Alright. So we can play the Mariner this turn. I maybe just swing with the Puppeteer, though. So I have a couple blockers for the Harvester. Alright, I think here I'll go for the Sure Strike play. Just so they don't gain life, and then we'll play the Celebrant. Diver Scab's a good one. I suppose I don't particularly need the Puppeteer anymore with Diver Scab out. I mean, we have tricks, I guess, but I can't get by a Diver Scab with a Puppeteer. But maybe it is still something I want because we have the combat tricks. Could be. Let's do an Impulse and see if we get some lands. That was good. Unfortunately, we didn't get the... I wish that it had tapped our mana differently, so I could have played that Weaver, but that's alright. Not the end of the world. Headless Rider's a good one. Alright, so Pummeler's only getting bigger. We want to play the Weaver now. So, I guess we'll get rid of... I think I'll actually get rid of the Puppeteer. Of the cards in hand, I think Puppeteer is actually the weakest, because the Mariner at least can become a 6/4, which can attack pretty well into our opponents since they can't even block with the tokens. I'm going to play the Mariner first, because I might draw another land next turn. We might be able to flip our Weaver. I don't know. We'll see. All right, well... I suppose while we're still sort of stalemated, we wait it out till we can flip our dudes. I mean, they have a bunch of cards in hand, so it could get to the point where they just get to use removal. Alright, good. They flipped our dude. So now we can play this for 2/4. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana, so we can play this as a 10/10. We'll go for it. Maybe I attack first in case they have removal. That's a good draw. So if I attack with the 3/4s, they can block with Diver Scab and the other thing. I probably still do it anyway, though. They're going to be able to block the Raider with the Skulking Killer. Double block. I might just still have to be okay with this. I gotta get some bodies off the board, I think. Ultimately, especially with Celebrants coming up. Kill the 2/2, kill the 2/2s. We certainly don't necessarily need the mana anymore so much either. So I guess we'll ping that guy off. And then play a Celebrant here. That was an odd game. I wonder if they just had a grip full of Bleed Dries and the 1 black mana the whole game. Kind of is what it felt like. So they've got Headless Rider, which is a great card. Really good zombie count with Skull Scab for exploit shenanigans as well. So looking pretty good. Headless Rider is a good card too, because it's non-token zombie, I guess, but they have plenty of those too. So looking pretty good. Crushing Canopy, no flyers, no enchantments that we've seen. Well, Lantern Bearer is a flyer. That's not true. And Lantern Bearer is also an enchantment at some point that, you know, makes something a flyer. But if that's the only one we saw, I don't like bringing in sideboard cards for one card scene. So maybe if we get a little more evidence of flyers or enchantments, then I'll go for it. Other than that, In the Festivities doesn't really do much. It kills a Lantern Bearer and that's it. I don't love that. And that's it. So we'll run it back. Good hand. I mean, Weaver into Halana, Weaver into Puppeteer. Both options are good. Halana actually, you know, obviously has a little more impact. You don't want to do the turn 2 Reckless Impulse. Reckless Impulse, kind of a much better card to draw on like turn 5 or something. Ooh, not the draw we wanted, but our hand is still insane. Even with Impulse in opener plus drawing Impulse as first card, we're still looking pretty good. It's a sensible play. So I think we'll exile probably an Impulse because we have 2. So I think at this point we probably just, that was a good draw because now I can play Halana and buff our Weaver. So at least if they kill Halana, we have a blocker for the Harvester. And they have to kill Halana. I mean, they have no choice here. You can't not kill Halana. That's what it boils down to. Yeah. So we have Lacerate Flesh mana, which is good, but we probably just want to do probably just a Mariner and buff it. Okay. If I play another spell, our dudes flip back, so I probably don't need that. I think we'll just buff that up, and I don't want to get in for 7 because then they can smash back with the Harvester. So we'll play it chill for now. All right, go for another Mariner here. Just chilling. One spell a turn. Guess we can get rid of could actually get rid of the Puppeteer. It's Puppeteer versus Celebrant. Celebrant actually may have more benefit here. I mean, it turns into a 4/3 with 4 counters. This would technically be bigger, but I'm kind of okay with getting rid of it. That might be wrong, but Impulse giving some card advantage is not bad either. Well, that was a good draw. Jeez. Well, Halana for the win. We'll see you in round 3. All right, round 3. Play first. Yeah, it's a keep. Good hand. Celebrant into Villager. A wee bit too many lands, but that's all right. We got a couple Reckless Impulses somewhere in here. Good draw. Anything but land at this point is probably a good draw. Usually ramp is wiser because it just lets you make 2 plays in one turn. So I'm going to play it over the Villager here, even though Villager potentially could beat down more. Hypnotist. Well, Hypnotist can't block, so I like that. Let's just get in and play the Villager. Ballista Watcher's a strong one. Well, let's see. I can flip. Their Ballista Watcher flipping's pretty good. So just a 4/4 Pummeler. Not my favorite, but I guess we'll do it. Otherwise, we could flip our dudes too, but I feel like they're... Well... Actually, maybe it is wiser, because then I can make the Pummeler... If I wait a turn, my Pummeler gets boosted by another 3? Or is it just by another 2? Another 1 here and another land. So it'd be a 6/6. It's pretty big. All right. Might be a bit dangerous. Because now they have a Ballista Wielder. But they're also probably tempted to kill my Celebrant, which eats up their whole turn, so... And now I guess I have a blocker for Hypnotist too, so not bad. Look at that. That's weird. Yeah, it's really weird. That's... Well, I'm not going to play around Syncopate, so they have it, they got it. So once again, Hypnotist can't block. Yeah, so I'd be happy to block a Hypnotist if they want to attack with it. Sideboard, Crushing Canopy does deal with Wandering Mind, not in a way that I feel good about, because Wandering Mind already gets cards in their hand. Ballista Wielder, we don't have many outs for it. It's a great, powerful card. I wish we had it. Hypnotist, not much we can do against that. We don't have too much of a sideboard as it is. It's basically Crushing Canopy and In the Festivities, neither of which look phenomenal here. We can kill a Wandering Mind within the Festivities, but unless I see more X1s, I don't think I'm going down that path, so we'll run it back. 6 lands, but we're on the draw. I feel like this is too many lands. Punished. Punished. So we'll ditch a land and guess a Weaver. No, Weaver probably better than Celebrant. Celebrant into Weaver, we can still play most of our things. I want to still kind of get some plays going. Wait a second. They missed their land drop? They kept a 1-lander? What are they, crazy? I'm gonna burn that. Smart. Well, if I play the Stalker, I can actually attack into the Flame Breather, so kind of like that more. Yeah, sure. Lacerate Flesh. All right. Well, I guess I would have been able to play that with Weaver, but it's all right. Definitely killing Ballista, dude. They have that. Daybreak Combatants, huh? All right. Lets them get quite a bit of damage in. Fear of Death. Huh. It's an unexpected one. Alright, well, we'll do the Pummeler for 4, I guess. Not the sexiest Pummeler I've ever seen, but it'll do. Otherwise, I could flip my dudes and wait. Because then Stalker can magically block again. And my Pummeler can be a 5/5 instead of a 4/4. It's not terrible, actually. Alright, and they don't have that. Yeah, you know what? I'll do it. I don't think it's that bad. So if I double block, they kill the werewolf. I guess, you know, losing the ambusher is not the worst. Taking 5 is not the worst, but I'll probably just do this. Because they lose a fear of death and we still get a successful block, so it's alright. Let's get a 6/6 down here. Alright. Well, good news is we can lacerate flesh that, I guess. Can only deal 3 damage to a target, so it's not even that bad for us. They can do it to the pummeler. We'll kill the... I don't know what we're going to kill, actually. They can't block with Hypnotist, so maybe it's better to just kill the Flame Breather. And I don't want to flip my dude back, so we'll hang out. So, currently behind on the race, so I guess we'll just hang out. No, I failed to find, that's good. Weird choice. Whispering Wizard's a good one. So we'll go land, pass. That's surprising. I think if I were them, I'd rather have a 3/2, but maybe not. So I'll sandbag that in case we get more blood tokens at some point. Doesn't matter. 4/3 became a 4/3. What do you think of that? Pretty surprised they took that. I mean, Wizard's good, but hasty 4 damage. It's unexpected. Oh, nice. All right. And attacking, huh? Guess our dude flips back, so let's see. They can... Technically, we can kill them next turn. They have to rip a creature here. I guess a non-creature does it too. Basically anything but a land, they rip there and they're fine. Yeah. And we needed to not rip a land. Unfortunately, we did. So now we're dead. So definitely drew ourselves into a loss there, but it's the risk you run with the I don't know, flood of the game, I guess. I mean, I don't even think our ratio was that terrible. We drew 10 lands. They drew, well, they drew 8 lands, so they did draw significantly less lands. We drew 10 in the top 19, so I don't know. It happens. Definitely looked like we could have won that, but it just came down to some last minute draws, and I drew like Alex Stephenson, basically. Traditional Alex Stephenson draws there. Play first. Good hand. Weaver into Celebrant seems pretty good. So if they attack with Celebrant, I won't block because could be Flame Blessed Bolt I have to worry about. Oh, I guess they could just equip with Knife too, and then that does it too. Well, that's actually fine. Let's see. I'm going to have access to 4 mana next turn. Oh, well, that's fine too. Let's do the Mariner. Let's see. If I do the Impulse and I get a land, I can play the Mariner as well. But I'll just play the Mariner to be safe. We're missing a land drop here, though, but that's all right. I don't want to miss on the land and not be able to play Mariner. That doesn't seem great to me. Sure. A Braid, huh? Okay. So they can kill our Weaver. Which does actually sting a little bit here. Just re-equipment though, huh? Alright. I'm okay with that too. Taxidermist, more ramp. Let's see. Am I ready to get in yet? I think so. Get in for 6. Not sure they want to block anyway. Oh. Well, definitely okay with that too. So now I'm going to go with the Sure Strike. Kill both their dudes. And then we'll play the Taxidermist. Sure. I think that makes sense. Alright, Pummeler, something we can do. I think we'll just attack with the Mariner for now. And Sure Strike if they block. which is fine. Guess I should have impulse first. We'll see. Got the lands, so I guess it worked out anyway. Could technically do another impulse. What am I doing next turn? I might do Pummeler next turn, though. Yeah, I'm kind of in a rush to do Pummeler, actually. I feel like it's going to make things a little trickier. So now we're not really threatening any damage. I might just need to find an answer for the Wandering Mind. Oh, that qualifies. I mean, I suppose we can do... Do I want to do Impulse first? I guess it doesn't matter. Might as well make use of mana here. So if they have the Flame Blessed Bolt, they can kill the Taxidermist. I'm alright with that too. But in the meantime, I need to get some damage in. Just 2 creatures in the yard currently. No, they dug pretty hard there. 3 lands. Well, that's good news for us. Wow, 2 more lands. Puppeteer. Let's just do the Pummeler now. We'll play it as a 4/4 because it gets buffed anyway. Not sure why they're exploiting here. All right, well, we got there. Halana doing her job. All right, back on pick 1. I would go with probably Brambleworm. It's expensive, but it's an awesome card. Otherwise, you could do Weaver. It's probably a safer pick and lets you splash. But Brambleworm is pretty exciting. 7-drop. It does a lot. Fun build up to. Diver's Scab versus Retribution here. They're both pretty good. Retribution can save your life against the cheap beats. Waltzer's also good. I might go Diver's Scab, though, just because it's a very good blocking body as well. All right, here's pretty easy Rending Flame, just premium removal. All right, here I would go with Parasitic Grasp. Once again, great removal. Here, probably Fellstinger. I just love this card, and I would take it over Wolf Strike and Foreboding Statue, which I also really like. And finally, here I take the Statue. Stay Open. It's a good card. Ramp, fix, colorless, turns into a win con. All right. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.